So what I am talking today is about recursive functions which you have not seen. Types of different functions are there, like we have seen the overloaded function. There is another category of a function called recursive function. A recursive, the term recursive, repeatedly, right? A function which repeatedly occurs or repeatedly called is called a recursive function. Now, if we see the example of this, what will happen in this case? What will be the output of this program? If I write main, cout in main, and I am writing main function and calling the main within the main. Is the function main is called? Is the main a function? What kind of function a main is? Main is a host function. So it can be called within itself? No, it is. It can be called as it is a function. It is a host function and it can be called within. Now what will happen? What is the flow of the program execution? Program starts from top to the bottom. Is it? Always the program starts from top to the bottom. So what is the first statement to execute is cout in main. What is the second statement? Make a call to the function named as main. Right? So go and execute the main. So as a result it will go back. What is there in the main? Again I am in main. And this will be a repetitive one. So this is a recursive call. It is as if infinite loop. Right? A function when it is called within itself, a function when it is called within its definition is considered to be recursive function. A function is said to be recursive if the function call is in the definition of the function itself. So we are defining a function main here and we are calling this one here itself. The another example, if you see, if I write fact int x, if x is found to be equal to 1, then return 1, else x into fact of x minus 1. It is as good as saying fact is equal to fact into 1 till x times. Fact is equal to fact into x minus 1, and every time x is reduced by 1 till it reaches to 1. So this function is going to be same as what we have written before. What is the way in which you have written the function? Fact. If I want to find the fact of x, what I did? I started the x by 1 ending up to, I started this 1, but every time I am reducing it so that it reaches to 1. If I start it opposite way, if suppose x is 5, so 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 5 into, what is the x minus 1? 4. So 4 into, then 3 into 2 into 1. So when it becomes 1, whatever the value of that multiplication is there, that will be written to the called part. So if I say now there is a main, and if I just make some p or something as 5 and I call the function like cout as it is returning, if I am returning here long or int, so simply I will say cout fact of p will result me the value of 125 if it is p is 5. So this is a call of the same function within the definition of the function. So function when it is called within a function is called recursive function. But many of the times there is a danger in recursive function to become it as an infinite functions, infinite loops. So unless and until we know that what we do actually with the recursive function, don't use it. right? When we are going for the complex tree structures of the data types, data structures, we may call these recursive functions. They are very useful in that sense. Presently, we don't have that use as such. I have given one example which we can use the recursive function for this scenario. As a result, I have written it. But ensure that if the same function called within the same, so there should be some termination, otherwise it will become infinite. And that is supposed to be taken care of when we are dealing with the recursive function. Right? So, just recall back the types of the functions which are seen. There are the overloaded functions, this is the new thing, and the other thing I am explaining is the recursive function. Okay, so overloaded, recursive, then call by value, call by reference, and based on the arguments. So categorize the functions in different ways. Either they are built-in functions, either they are user-defined functions. It is categorized. If it is called within, it can be categorized as a recursive function. If it is having argumented with default value, they are considered to be default argumented functions. And if any of the function is having same name but different signatures, what is it called? If the function is having same name with different signatures, what is it called? What type of functions? Those functions which are having the name of the function is same but with different signatures, overloaded, right? So function is said to be overloaded if it is having same name of the function. Function name must be same, remember that. Do we declare any variable with the same name, with same data type in the C++ program? In the same scope? It is not possible. So remember that if the function is same but with different signatures, it is overloaded. Otherwise, it will be, if more than one function matches at the same time, what will happen is, it is called ambiguity. So if suppose the same function we are yesterday we are writing, right? So if the same function is matching more than once, then it will be the ambiguity. So you have to avoid the ambiguity in handling the function overloading. What is the way in which the function overloading works? If suppose any function is there, what are the types of proportion rules? If I am having a function like fun, char x or char y or x, if it is the function, this is one function, right? Now, this function is suppose, I just change it, char I think, int x suppose. Then there is another function fun, float y, maybe double or something like that, double p or something. Now these two functions are having same name with the different signatures, right? Now when I make a call in the main, suppose I am writing main for this. What is the main I am writing? In suppose some parameter s is equal to 20, and there is a function called char ch equal to a. And if I make a call to this function now, fun ch, then fun ch comma s, which are the functions matching with these calls. I made the call, the function name is same, the signatures are different. Are the signatures different? Yes, right? Now when I make a call to the first function, this one, which function will be called? Is it an ambiguity?
No.
Is it ambiguity?
No.
No. It's not ambiguity. Why it is?
Character has to validity.
CH is?
Second, it can't work with second.
It, I'm talking about the first one. What about the first one?
It will work with first one.
Integer.
First one CH, it works
Integer.
because CH is character internally treated as integer. So as a result, the character, even though passed as a parameter, it will consider it as an integer and it matches. So means there is a promotion. Character requires how many bytes? Character requires how many bytes? 1 byte. Whereas integer requires 2 bytes. So in this case, when I make a call to this, what is happening here? This ch being a character is promoted to integer from 1 byte to 2 bytes. Right? So it is called internal promotion. We are not promoting, it is taken on its own. The compiler will take care of promoting it. Right? What about the second call? What about the second call? What I said in the second call? Fun chs. What will happen in this case? What is this in this? Ch and s? Will it match with the second parameter? Second call? Second type of function? First one is float. Whereas we are passing it
Integer.
char. Can the char convert it to float? What about the s? S is of type int. And what is this? Is double. So both arguments are not matching. Right? So if both arguments are not matching, then it will actually convert into the higher level. Ch will be taken now as integer. If it is not, it will check it for float. If it is not, it will check it for double. So there is a promotion rule which applies for this. Always remember that the promotion is from char to int to float to double. After defining the structure, if I say struct employee, I say int id, then char main, and I say employee E. Now see, one more thing I am adding here now for the structures. What are the members of these structures? Forget about star first. What are the members? ID, name, and E. What is E data type? What is E's data type? E data type is EMP. Where it is being defined? Where it is being defined? Which data type E is having now? EMP. Is the EMP definition is complete? We are defining within the structure. Is it? Right? So, this particular kind of definition, particularly for the pointers we are supposed to use it, the star is indicating that E is a reference or E is a pointer pointing to. Now, this type of structures are called, which type of structures? Self-referential structures. Recursive functions, I am just introducing some terms to you. It is self-referential structures. Self-referential structures are those structures which are having reference of same within its definition. Recursive functions, self-referential structures, overloaded functions, and promotion rules. So these are the two things which are supposed to be understood. Terminology, at least you can understand the terminology first. What is the self-referential structure? A structure within a structure, or structure whose member is a part of the same structure. Like main within a main. Okay, what is main within a main calls? If I write main within a main, it is recursive function. And if I write structure within a structure,
Self-referential.
structure within a structure is Structure within a structure.
Nested.
Nested structure. Is it? If I write any structure within other structure, it is a
Nested.
nested structure. And if the member of the structure is of the same type, one of the member which is referring to the same structure, then it is called self-referential structure. Right? So, we have different ways to see the things now, which are whatever we are learned, beyond that what we are going to be. The terminology is clear now. Fine. Self-referential structure, recursive structure. If I pass float and there is no function matching with the float, so will it promote or demote it to the integer? Is it possible? It's not.
I don't know.
Right? So always it takes the higher value, but it is not possible in the reverse direction. So because why? It may have the loss in data. Float, when I say float and passing to the int, what will happen? I will be losing the data. But in case of higher orders, there is no possibility of losing the data. As a result, this promotion takes place on its own. Right? But in case there is other way, we can use the typecasting and promote it. Like last time we have seen, int can be promoted, char or char to be any of the data types, we can typecast and promote it to the other. But this is an internal promotion. This is a normal promotion rule, you can use it for checking it either the exact signature is matched or not. Okay? So, this is all about the revision tour. We just have a recap of all this revision tour I wanted to show you, so that tomorrow onwards we will start the actual 12. Just see that what are the contents there listed in extra marks. Arrays, I think I have not touched with arrays, but we'll see.
Classes.
What is array? Array is a collection of variables of the same data type that are referenced by common name. Okay. The base is the starting address of the array called base address. Wherever starts the arrays, what is its address is called? It's a base address, right? So every array is having some base address, and we are adding those many bytes to the base address to go to that location. When I write b of I, suppose I am having array A, int A5, and I am storing some values like 20, 50, 60 like that. Now what is the base address? Suppose I started keeping this value 20 at the base address 1000. What will be the address for 50?
1002.
What should be the address for 50?
1002.
Where the 50 will be stored?
1002.
1002. Is it 1001? Array requires continuous memory locations.
Yes.
So if it is in continuation, it should be 1001. How you are saying 1002?
2.
Yes? Because
2 words.
the variable which you are using is having data type int, and which requires 2 bytes for each location. So as a result, it is 1000, 1002, 1004, 1006 and like that. Okay. So if I write a of 2, what is the meaning you are taking? What will be displayed if I say C out a of 2? It should display 60, 50 or 70. What should be displayed? 60, right? So 60 means I may write here 1000 plus 2 into 2. Is it? Value stored, right? Okay, let's write it afterward. What is the value of this? 1000 plus 2, that is A is 1000. Where is the A? Is the base address. plus this 2 is the index, and what is the size of every location is 2 bytes. So I am multiplying it 2 to the index and adding it to the base. So if it is the case, I may write like this also, 2 of A. Is it wrong? If I want to display the